Coming to you live from the scarified banks of the Mohawk River, east of Springfield. Welcome to the Dr. Kitsune, Odd Bob, Uncanny Coffee Hour.
Where we're always respectful with a touch of impish irreverence. We tell stories with wit and wisdom, encouraging a strong look at Indigenous perspectives.
Well now, hello there, and a warm welcome to you all. I'm Saoirse, and I'm the one around here with a bit of, well, let's call it vocal flexibility. Being a puka, you see, means I don't just tell stories, I become a little piece of them. So if you hear me sounding like an old man one minute and a floaty teeny tiny fairy the next, don't you fret. That's just my way of making sure the tale hits home. It all starts with a little... That's a signal. Means I'm tuning the old vocal cords, or maybe sprouting a new set entirely, all in the service of a good story. We're glad to have your company.
Brought to you this week by Old Man Coyote's Fantabulous and Fruity Sweet Gum Mastic. Ever wish your chewing gum wasn't so full of chemicals?
Gross.
Do you need another way to keep your eyeballs from falling out? Just try Old Man Coyote's Fantabulous and Fruity Sweet Gum Mastic. Guaranteed to give you cleaner and whiter teeth, or my name isn't Dr. Kitsune.
Yum!
Warning, do not fall asleep with gum in your mouth unless you wish to prove Darwin's theory. Get some today.
I had a baby and its breath smelled like...
Get some. All right, settle in, everyone. Grab your favorite mug of whatever keeps you going, because it's time for another Uncanny Story. I'm Dr. Kitsune, and as always, I'm joined with my fantastic co-hosts, Odd Bob and Saoirse.
Hey,
What's up, man?
not much.
We got a full studio today.
Yeah.
Saoirse, good morning.
Well, good morning to you, sunshine.
Niwa, my son Niwa's here. Good morning, Niwa. Good morning. And Gracie, the wonder dog. Hey, Gracie. So, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking a Bloody Mary with locally sourced bacon and McClure's garlic dill pickles. So good. Almost sinful.
Drool.
Niwa, are you drinking anything?
I'm drinking eucalyptus tea.
Eucalyptus tea. And Odd Bob, how about you?
Yeah, I'm drinking espresso. It's an espresso roast, and guess what I have in it? A little hemp milk.
Are you from Bombay's Alpha?
No,
Yeah.
I can smell it from here.
It's so good, and it has so many good vitamins.
Is it just hemp milk?
It's hemp milk, but it was refrigerated for a day with R32 Freon substitute.
Nerd alert.
Refrigerated.
Yeah, I mean, I threw it in my fridge for a day.
Okay.
Sometimes in the summer, it's nice to do that. You just get a nice cold cup of coffee.
Blazing summer, cold coffee.
Do you ever smoke your coffee?
No.
All right. Just curious. Just curious. Country Fair is coming up.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. That's true. Although sometimes I do drink my coffee topless.
Well, praise the saints, this isn't one of those times. Moobs. I said it. Yeah.
Yes, Saoirse. Please put your shirt back on. Thank you. Both of you keep your clothes on for this episode.
It's warm in here. Gracie doesn't have a shirt on.
Hey, man boobies, want a pickle?
Wait a second. Where did you get those pickles?
Pick a pickle? Pick a pecka pickles? So good.
I was saving those. Those were mine.
This is not your pickle. This pickle is mine. This other pickle, the tiny one, that can be your pickle.
Yeah.
You're out of Bloody Mary mix too, just FYI. Thank you.
All right.
And thanks for asking, guys. But
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
and the
drinking
saints.
Jasmine Pearl tea.
Oh, sorry.
And these are
I
organic.
always forget. I'm so focused on my hemp milk.
Man boobies.
It's Jasmine Blossom tea, but it's hand-picked and hand-rolled, organic and fair source from China.
Imported, eh?
And
Nice.
what I hear is they only hire women.
In Ireland, we call that sexist.
to pick this tea. It's a woman-owned collective that picks this tea.
Nice.
And I was told that they roll the tea pearls on the insides of their thighs.
I highly doubt that.
Who told you this?
Well, maybe it's just a dream I had.
I have some bath water to sell you.
Whatever gets you through a day, man.
Okay.
A healthy fantasy life is important.
So, what do you want to talk about today?
I was thinking maybe we could talk about this old Mayan story about this being called Alush.
Oh, cool.
And maybe some other Mayan stories too.
I have an Aztec one.
You have an Aztec story. What's that?
Ahuzotl? I don't know. Can you pronounce that?
Yeah. It's Ahuizotl.
Yeah. Yeah. So we could do one each.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I like that.
Maybe Saoirse could help out. Do you want to help out, Saoirse?
You know I do.
Or do you just want to drink your Bloody Mary over there?
Silly Kitsune. I can do both.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, why don't you go first?
Hey, Saoirse, would you mind telling us what an Alush is, giving us a definition? I'd appreciate it.
Okay, here goes.
Skoden.
Ah, an Alush, you say. Well now, if I were to explain it to, say, my cousin Seamus, I'd say, imagine a wee sprite, no bigger than your knee, made of the very earth and air of the Yucatan. They're like the stick Indian of the jungle, they are, or a mischievous leprechaun who's a dab hand with a cornfield. Mind you, they're not always for the laughs like their northern cousins. An Alush, now, they're more territorial. They're tied to a place, a milpa, a house. They can be a blessing, or a curse depending on how you treat them. If you build them a little house, leave them offerings, they'll look after your crops, make sure your chickens lay, keep bad spirits away. But slight them, forget their offering, and oh, you'll know it. Your tools will vanish, your animals will get sick, and you might just find yourself walking in circles in your own backyard. So, a territorial, earthbound, protective, yet easily miffed wee folk, that's an Alush. Much like a brownie with a very strong sense of personal property.
Thank you, Saoirse. So, with that in mind, could you tell us a story about an Alush?
Sí. Okay, no problemo. There was an old farmer named Mateo who lived on the edge of the jungle, just outside a small village in the Yucatan. Mateo was a good man, hardworking and honest, but his cornfields, year after year, just weren't yielding what they used to. He tried everything, new seeds, different fertilizers, even praying to the old gods, but nothing seemed to help.
Nothing seems to help. My family is hungry.
One sweltering afternoon, as Mateo was clearing some stubborn weeds, an elder from the village, a woman known for her wisdom, approached him.
Mateo, you work hard, but you forget the old ways. Have you made an offering to the little ones?
The little ones? You mean the spirits of the ancestors?
The elder shook her head.
No, not them. The Alush. They protect our lands if we respect them. Build a small house for them, no more than waist high, and leave them offerings of corn, gruel, tortillas, and a little honey. For 7 years they will protect your milpa, and your harvest will flourish. But after 7 years, you must seal the house, or they will become mischievous and turn on you.
Mateo was skeptical, but he was also desperate. The next day, he began to build a tiny stone house at the edge of his field, just as the elder had instructed. It was crude, but sturdy. When it was finished, he carefully placed a small clay bowl filled with fresh corn gruel, a few tortillas, and a dollop of honey inside. The next morning, Mateo went to his field, expecting nothing. But as he looked out, he noticed something different. The corn stalks seemed greener, sturdier. And as the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, his milpa thrived. His corn grew taller than ever before. The ears fat and golden, his chickens laid more eggs than he could count. And a stray dog that had been pestering his livestock suddenly disappeared. Mateo was amazed. He diligently left offerings for the little ones, grateful for their protection. His family prospered, and he became known as the most fortunate farmer in the village.
Yeah!
7 years passed, and Mateo, now a bit older and perhaps a little complacent, forgot the elder's final warning.
Oh.
He was so busy with his bountiful harvests, he simply didn't remember to seal the little house.
I forgot something.
At first, it was small things. His tools would go missing,
Oh, no.
only to reappear in odd places. His favorite hat would vanish from his head
Where is my hat?
and be found hanging from a tree branch across the field. Then it escalated. The ropes on his well would be untied. His chickens would be found roosting in the highest branches of trees. And sometimes, late at night, he would hear tiny, echoing laughter from the direction of the Alux house.
One morning, Mateo woke to find his entire cornfield braided into intricate, impossible patterns. Every stalk was intertwined, making harvest impossible. He knew then that the Alux had turned mischievous. Remembering the elder's words, Mateo rushed to the tiny house. He found a large stone and, with a heavy heart, sealed the entrance, begging for forgiveness as he did so. The moment the stone was in place, the laughter stopped. The next day, miraculously, the cornfield was back to normal, though Mateo swore he could still see faint, ghostly outlines of the braids in the dew. From then on, Mateo never forgot the old ways. He continued to leave offerings for the land, though he never built another house for the Alux. He learned that respect and remembering your promises were as vital to a good harvest as sun and rain.
I took your hat.
Well, thank you, Saoirse. That was great.
Yeah, thanks.
Nay bother.
It makes me wonder if that's why my garden is not coming in very well this year. I'm not leaving enough offerings.
Well, that could be it. Maybe the offerings you're leaving aren't the correct offerings.
I don't know. The slugs seem to like it.
Yeah, but when you said you were going to sow some wild oats out there, I don't think that's the right kind of oats to be sowing.
Gross.
Hey, my hops are doing well.
Your hops are doing well.
Yeah.
Quite
Although
hoppy.
here you are more likely to see a tchumma than an alush.
Yeah, there are no Alush up this far, even though this is part of Old Aslan up here.
Further south, right?
You know, no, the border crossed us. We didn't cross any borders.
So there was another one that we had talked about earlier.
That Azteca story.
Yeah. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
Ahuizotl.
Ahuizotl.
Okay.
Ahuizotl. Yes, Saoirse.
Ahuizotl.
Say it, what, Bob?
No, Ahuizotl.
Sounds like you're the one that's been drinking.
All right. This is the comedy bit for all of our listeners. Yeah.
Ahuizotl.
Okay, Saoirse.
Can we just do a rinse and repeat and have Saoirse do the definition and the story?
Jesus. Rinse and repeat. Am I a domestic vodka-fueled plaything to you? I took your pickles. Be thankful that's all I took.
No, he didn't call you an Irish washerwoman. He said, will you please change your vocal cords? And you can change your look too if you want. I'm thinking sexy Latina.
Jesus, yeah, and I'm thinking I wish you two were Henry Cavill and Colomini, but I do with what I've got. What? I've got a ting for him.
Okay.
All right.
Chief O'Brien can buff my relay any day. Sigh.
Oh, almost forgot.
What's that?
We can do our shout out segment.
Oh,
the one we
shout-outs,
started
yeah.
last time. So do you have a shout out?
Well, I think this time I want to give my shout out to my son, Niwa, since he's been so patient sitting here during the whole show. So who do you want to shout out to?
Natsu and Seiji.
Natsu and Seiji. Okay, here's a little shout out to Natsu and Seiji. I hope you're listening.
Are those people that you go to school with or friends of yours? Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Great.
And who are you going to shout out to?
I think I'd like to shout out to Jolie, because, I miss your stank.
Smells of kombucha, nutritional yeast and startups.
What's that, sir? Yeah, okay.
My shout out is more of a warning. Connor, You know what you did. I saw when you thought no one was looking. And trust me, you will regret every breath after I get a hold of you and bleedin' gee you a slap in the kite. Thank ya. Anyone else?
Okay.
I think we better behave ourselves.
Yeah, I thought I was behaving myself.
I have been having unclean thoughts.
Oh, well, that's to be expected from you lot.
Then I'm good.
Is he adding a fairy ad?
You know, Tanuki gonna Tanuk. Okay. So the next story now.
Yeah.
Let's, Saoirse, do you mind telling that for us?
Cause idiots, but I like you.
Let's do it.
Let's go then.
Bog Chung Shul. An Ahuizotl is a legendary creature from Aztec mythology. It's often described as a dog-like aquatic beast with a long prehensile tail that ends in a human-like hand. According to the myths, the Ahuizotl would lure people to the water's edge, often by mimicking the cry of a human baby. Once its victim was close enough, it would use the hand on its tail to snatch them and drag them into the water, where it would drown them. It was said to have a particular taste for their eyes, teeth, and nails. Interestingly, there was also an Aztec ruler named Ahuizotl, who took the creature as his emblem and was a powerful and expansionist emperor. Now that you know the basics, it's time for a story, lads.
Thank you, Saoirse. That was great. Really, it sounds pretty scary. I mean, its name in Nahuatl actually means spiny water dog, though I think, it looks more like a little bit more bizarre than an ordinary canine.
You spiny water doggy. Arg. And what's the deal with the hand on his tail?
Man, I'd hate to get a handy from that thing.
It's like a beaver got into a transporter accident or something. It's like,
Miles O'Brien could fix it.
but that extra hand could come in handy.
Boo!
You're looking for the handy still, huh?
You can't tell me you wouldn't want an extra hand. Come on.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that might come in handy.
I gotta hand it to you. You dads can't pun.
Yes, hands would be good.
Yep.
But what about the eyes and the teeth? I mean, that sounds pretty.
What is happening there? Is that like some weird dental plan with a twist? It's like that's like all you could afford anymore.
What, Ahuizotl pulling your
Yes,
teeth?
exactly. Like that might be my next dentist.
And
actually,
the new vision plan just pull the
I
eyes
have
out?
I have no vision
Saints
plan.
preserve
Yeah, I'll
us.
have to do that too. What, Saoirse?
The Aztecs believed that those taken by the Ahuizotl were favoured by the rain gods. Their bodies, when they eventually washed ashore, would be pristine, unmarred, save for the missing eyes, teeth, and nails. This was a sign that they had been chosen for a special purpose, a sacrifice to the water deities. So, while a tragic end for the individual, it carried a certain spiritual significance within their cosmology.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're right, Saoirse.
So it wasn't a monster at all, but it's more of like a hand of the divine. See what I did there? That adds a whole new layer of dread. I thought my biggest fear of water was avoiding a golden shower.
Oh, you mean like the Russian kind?
Yeah.
I tell you, it was the best, the biggest, and most wonderful golden shower that I have ever seen in my life. If there ever was a golden shower, it would have been the biggest and the best because
I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it.
I don't even like peeing myself.
He pees himself, of that I have no doubt.
Although, I think he wears a diaper.
Absolutely.
Depends. All right.
All right. Well, I think I'm just going to stick to my coffee, my mug, way away from any of those suspicious splashes, the yellow variety.
Christ, if you men are done with the
Okay,
pee talk, can I tell the story?
Okay. Thank you. And maybe we could start the story.
Can I tell the story now?
If you would, please.
Pretty please.
Dearest Saoirse.
Okay, ready for the story? Let's go.
Let's go then.
Now listen close and let me tell you a story from a time long, long ago. Back when the great city of Tenochtitlan stood proud on the waters of Lake Texcoco, in the very heart of the Aztec Empire. Back then, we understood the world differently, you see. We knew that every little thing, from the tiniest hummingbird flitting by to the grandest jaguar prowling the jungle, had its special place and purpose. Out there, in all the lands, of all the strange and wondrous creatures, there is one that makes the bravest heart tremble. This, my compañeros, is just one small whisper of the many, many tales of the Ahuizotl. There once was a good man, a fisherman. His name was Yolotli. One afternoon, while trying to get one last catch before the sun dipped down, he heard it. A cry, soft and sad, like a little child weeping. His old heart, full of kindness, tugged him towards the sound. He paddled toward the sound faster. A lost child? Perhaps someone who'd tumbled from another boat or got separated from their family. He paddled closer and closer, squinting his eyes in the fading light. The cry became more desperate, pulling at his very soul. Then suddenly, a splash, a ripple, then a great surge, and from the murky depths, the Ahuizotl burst forth. Its eyes gleamed in the light, and a strange hand-like tail whipped through the air. Before Yolotli could even think to react, the hand-tail lashed out. On his ankle, there was a grip that wouldn't let go. It felt like the strong, calloused fingers of a chinampa builder. He was pulled from his canoe in a blink, dragged down into the cold, dark water. Now, the Ahuizotl wasn't just looking to drown him, no. Its purpose was far more chilling than that. It wanted to drag him down, deep beneath the surface, to its hidden lair. There, it would feast. You see, the Ahuizotl take the eyes, the teeth, and the nails, the very parts of the body considered precious offerings for Tlaloc, the rain god. But Yolotli, he was no ordinary man. He was a very strong swimmer and a brave warrior. He kicked hard against the Ahuizotl and, quick as a snake, pulled his knife. He struck the creature many times in that strange handtail that snared him. Yolotli broke free and as kicked for the surface. He looked back at his aggressor. In that crystal clear water, he could see them, the bodies of the other victims lining the Ahuizotli's lair. Where eyes and teeth should be, instead gaping dark holes in the bloated corpses. The air rushed out as he let out a scream. Pushing with all his might, he burst to the surface, gasping for air.
He pulled himself back into his canoe and paddled like a madman towards the shore. He could hear the angry cries of the Ahuizotl fading away behind him, swallowed by the mist of the lake. He was a truly fortunate man, for those who met the Ahuizotl were rarely seen again. The bodies of the dead were ever found. They bore the unmistakable marks of that creature's gruesome feast. From that day forward, the people of Tenochtitlan looked upon the waters with even greater respect and fear. They knew then that a mournful cry near the shores could be a trick, a lure from the cunning Ahuizotl, serving as a powerful reminder of the hidden dangers in the world, and to respect the mysterious forces that lie just beneath the surface.
Ooh, creepy.
Wow. Yolotli was pretty lucky.
Yeah. Good thing that he's such a good swimmer.
I don't think I would have survived that one.
I picture him with big, beefy legs. Oh, get away from me. Oh. Get to the chopper. That is what I call my canoe, the chopper.
Well, I think Yolotli would have passed the Ranger swim test.
Yeah. I would be a goner. I would be gone. You would just find me later.
Yeah, I think I would have just given up. I don't know.
Yeah. Be like, let me see that hand.
Hell of a hand job. All right, I think
that was a good story.
Yeah, thank you, Saoirse. That was great.
It's what I do. Happy to chime in, chums.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Uncanny Coffee Hour. We hope you enjoyed diving into the weird and wonderful world with me, Odd Bob, our favorite puka, Saoirse,
Oh, aren't you a treasure?
and of course, Dr. Kitsune.
And don't forget to brew up another cup of your favorite coffee or tea, or whatever you'd prefer to drink,
Whiskey.
because we'll be back next time with more Uncanny Tales. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Stay strange, everyone.
Grandpa Spuds, you got anything to add?
Thanks for listening. Join us next time for more uncanny chats and coffee and tea. You can find out more about us, read show notes, and get your uncanny merch at www.uncannycoffeepodcast.com. Until next time, remember,
Never whistle at night.
Alert the neighbours when the brown shirts are about.
And above all else, remember,
We
are not all monsters.
Thanks to all of our listeners out there.
Uncanny Coffee Hour is produced by
Bob Masson.
and Mitch Kyoto Kitsune.
Executive producer, Gracie the Wonder Dog.
Uncanny Coffee Hour is copyright protected by all laws, foreign, domestic, and ubernatural by the Unseelie Court. Remember, don't scratch your balls if you've been handling poison oak.